Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to episode number 48 of the Lead to Greatness podcast, where we believe in helping others reach their greatest potential, and together we can change the world. Today on Lead to Greatness, we have Tim O'Brien. Tim is the founder of The Healthy Place, an e-commerce store for healthy products. During the recent COVID pandemic, Tim's business was greatly impacted, but after making shifts in his business, he went on to making $7 million. Please help me welcome Tim O'Brien with The Healthy Place.
This is Cedric Francis, and you're listening to Lead to Greatness.
So, man, it was broken home growing up, parents divorced, teenage years, got into drugs, got into just, I used to like steal all the time, just like dark, man. I was like angry with my parents' divorce and problems growing up, and my sister's going through struggle and trouble, and my older brother getting trouble with the authorities. And it was interesting, man. I mean, I didn't care about life. I didn't care about life, dude. I remember, doing stupid stuff. One time I jumped on my buddy's car and I said, dude, drive as fast as you can down this road. And I was plastered to the top and I could reach, side to side, holding on. He got up to 90, dude. And I remember thinking like, if something happens and I die, I don't care. And I wasn't suicidal. I just didn't care, my school, high school, like I got like a 1.7 grade point average, like barely graduated out of high school. I just didn't care. And dude, 2001, September 11th happens. And my best friend in the world, Ryan McGee, he got shook by 9/11. And about 3 weeks after that, he gave his life to the Lord and quit drugs and all of that. And for the next 3 months, he would on a daily basis, I'd be, smoking pot, I'd be doing drugs, whatever. And he'd be preaching to me. I'd be playing video games, stoned, and he'd be reading out of the Bible to me and like, dude, you gotta give your life to God. And I was like, whatever, dude. Like, yeah, you keep on, whatever floats your boat. And after 3 months, it was January 2002, and I was doing some drugs that night, and I just saw so clearly, dude. It was like I was almost like a puppet in like the enemy's hands. That I was just kind of doing what he wanted me to do, day to day, week to week, month to month, not caring about life, hating people, being angry. And I was like, I remember thinking like, dude, I believe in Jesus for going to heaven here. Like, why would the devil be a puppet over my life? Right. So I was like, oh my gosh. And the Lord spoke to me and said, you could be free, So in that moment, I was like, all right, God, like, I want to be yours. I want to be totally yours. Give you my life. And I was like 18 years old, and I've been chasing him ever since. And that's just one of those examples, dude. Like, he broke into my life. Like, I wasn't even looking for him. My mom fought through cancer when I was like 5 or 6. Mm-hmm. And a lot of her recovery was through natural alternatives. So since I was a little tyke, I had been learning about natural approach, natural alternatives. And we were homeschooled growing up. And my mom, after that cancer experience, got a job at a nutrition store, like a health food store. Wow. So all of us kids would be working on our, homeschool in the back room. And I'd be watching these stories unfold with Susie Q battling chronic pain, stuck on Vicodin, and watching my mom help her with natural alternatives, get away from the drugs and onto something naturally. And so I watched that growing up. And so my wife and I, we started The Healthy Place in 2010. And the mission was like, we just want to educate people on natural alternatives because we believe in life, right? It's like he came to give us life and that we might live it to the fullest, that kind of stuff. Yes. So health is a powerful part of life. So we have now, fast forward 10 years, I'm so shocked still by this because I just started thinking I'd have, one brick and mortar store, which I'd love, dude. I could help people every single day. Like, I loved the idea. So now we have 4 brick and mortar stores in Madison.
Wow.
I know, dude. I'm like, yes. And we have a warehouse that we just moved into a few months ago where we're sending out, thousands of orders per month around the country. And that's it, man. So 4 brick and mortar stores, warehouse, shipping out products for findyourhealthyplace.com. And then we own a couple of brands that we sell to other health food stores. So wildtheory.com is our CBD oil company. And then livelyvitaminco.com is our supplements, vitamins, minerals brand that we sell. So it's fun, dude. I mean, I'm in over my head for sure, but
Oh man, you're rocking it. You're rocking it. I want, because I know this already, but I want you to Lead to Greatness community can know exactly where you are and what type of business owner you are. I want you to tell, just can explain, in the midst of a pandemic, right?
mm,
2020, what was your revenue? How much did you make in 2020?
we did 7 million last year.
Lead to Greatness. Listen to this: $7 million in the middle of a pandemic. Oh man, $7 million.
And
So
God deserves the glory there, dude, because
yeah,
our brick and mortar stores were impacted greatly by COVID. So we had to pivot as a company to e-commerce, and it was an intense year. So yeah, it was cool.
let's
I
let's
mean,
talk let's talk about that. How did COVID affect your business?
yeah, dude, it was crazy. COVID hit, for Madison, Wisconsin. March was the big month for us. And it immediately in-store traffic took a hit in our 4 brick and mortar stores by 30 to 40%.
Wow.
So, I mean, I got 25 families, that are dependent, they're working, I try to pretend that I'm trusting the Lord all the time. But if I'm honest, I'm like taking it on myself. Like, I gotta provide for these families. God's sleeping up there or something. So it was like, shoot, okay, we got to pivot as a company. Our in-store traffic is down 30 to 40%.
Wow.
What are we going to do? So we assembled a team, bro. And I'm still like so thankful for my team and for God bringing the right pieces into place. We had to hire a whole writing team to start, and a SEO team and a digital agency, because we immediately started getting 150 new SKUs, new products per month onto our website. Because before COVID, our website made up about 3% of our total annual revenue.
Wow.
And a year later here, it's at 35% of our total yearly revenue.
Amazing.
So we like redlined everything, Google ads, Facebook ads. Like I spent gobs of money building this whole arm of our company called the website. Yeah. And a year later, I'm thankful to say, like, it replaced that which was lost by the initial impact to reduction in in-store traffic. So
yes.
I mean, I lost a little hair through the process, and, but I'm
How were you able to shift so fast?
I think I'd have to say that thankfully there was some things in process before COVID that I didn't have to suddenly come up with the plan. So, and I think this is a little bit of a miracle in our company's history, because we had same day delivery set up about 6 months before COVID hit.
Wow.
We had a live chat feature set up on our website about 6 months before COVID hit. Live chat, right? So you need that as a company to be able to chat with your customers when they can't come in. And we had found a digital agency, bro, that started 2 weeks before COVID hit. So we weren't successful at all in getting traffic or sales outside of our market. People in our market, they know us, they trust us, they know we're a resource that can be trusted. But outside of Madison, people are like, who are these guys from Jim Bob, So that was 2 weeks before COVID hit. And man, so there was like these 3 or 4 pieces in place where then it was like, oh, okay, I need to redline each one of these avenues. We got to make sure the community understands we can deliver. We got to make sure they understand about this live chat feature. We need to redline the amount of new products going on. All of our money is going to go towards that. Digital agency, like, we need to fire up everything. And I was a madman. I was like, come on, raise the alarm, battle axes, torches, let's charge, So it's cool story, man. I mean, I should write a little book just for my own family.
That would be awesome, man, because this is a great story. And I think, man, definitely this will help a lot of people, because that's the next thing I want to ask you about. I mean, so with COVID, I mean, I know COVID is nothing, it's nothing to celebrate. I mean, people are actually dying. A lot
Mm.
of lives has been lost to COVID. This whole virtual shift, what has that done for you as far as e-commerce?
Yeah, for us, I think it's going to be a blessing, big picture. Our difference maker is souls before sales.
Mm,
And God gave me that so strongly. I was praying one time, and now it's part of our DNA as a company, and everyone hears this souls before sales thing. And I was crying out to the Lord for sales because it was earlier in the business. We're trying to get Becki to stay home. She wants to stay home once we start having kids.
um,
There's a baby in the oven, like 9-month countdown. Like, she's going to quit her job. We're going to lose that income. And I remember crying out to the Lord, like, God, I need sales. I need sales. And he struck to me like, are you as passionate about souls as you are sales? And I still get goosebumps thinking about it. Cause I'm like, whoa, no, I'm not. And I should be. So our difference maker is like souls before sales. It's like impact, #impact. We want to impact these people for life, and knowledge is our difference maker. So when on the e-commerce space, our goal is to somehow find a way to bring that awesome heart that we have in stores. You'll find some of our staff praying for customers, that their cancer will be healed in Jesus' name. You got the Christian music playing in the background. It's like we're on a mission to, and everyone's not a believer in my company, and that's cool. Somehow to bring this online. So now when we get 50, 75 new customers per day from around the country that don't know us from Jim Bob, right? We call them or we email them, and we educate them like, hey, I saw you got a B complex Suzy Q in Los Angeles. I just want you to know, if you're ever feeling fatigued, you can take 2 of those per day and it'll give you a little bump of energy, 2 instead of 1. So then all of a sudden they're like, wow, this person cared about me enough to spend 5 minutes of their time reaching out. So they're cared for, and then they're brought into our model, and they start interacting with our wellness consultants that actually care about the human, right? And so big picture, dude, I'm like, dang, I'm excited to move towards the nation. I'm passionate about my community here in Madison. I always will be, but man, I'm passionate about the nation and the world. It's like, yeah.
well, this is so amazing. So I want to back 10 years. 2010, you say you started this business and you started with your wife. What
Mm-hmm.
is it like starting a business with your wife?
You want the full story? So, dude, if I'm honest, God gave me this picture one time. Like, I'm like the kite and she's like the person holding the string.
Wow.
So the first, kite can't fly if there's not somebody holding the string, right? So she's awesome. First few years though, I was like, dude, let me go, man. I want to like fly. So, I'm the intense one. I like to skydive. I like to rock climb, adrenaline, get into my veins, like get in a car accident just for fun. Not really, but so I'm the kind of intense one, and she's sort of like the level-headed, anchored one.
Yeah.
So it's a cool match, first off, see how that came together. And I really like people a lot. So I'm like the, PR. I'm the guy that's on the radio, ask the expert, or like the ads, that we do, or TV ads. I'm the one in the store connecting with people, giving them COVID high fives from a distance, And then she is, her expertise is in like graphic design. That's what she went to school for. So I joke that I married her for her graphic design skills. And then social media, and she manages the creative team. But back in 2010, I mean, it was just me and her, right? And I was the one working in the store, and she was kind of helping with some of our social and stuff like that. So it was cool to have, we made a decision early on. We're like, we're going to co-own this thing together, and we're going to build it. We thought it would just be for our income. Maybe we'd have 1 or 2 employees someday. And we're not going to make any decisions without each other, just like in our marriage. So for our business, for our kids, we're going to make these decisions all together. So it's been so cool having someone to be able to bounce ideas off of And I heard a podcast recently talk about how powerful it can be to have a co-owner within your company, because if you don't, then you have to go outside your company to talk to somebody that you can really trust and get their insights and their feedback from. And there's probably pros and cons to having a co-owner in a company. For me though, it's been like, dang, we've been a really cool team. And, to the point where I'm like, dang, Becki, can I still have a job? Because you're just rocking it over here. So it's been a fun ride.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
And it's intense too. I mean, when we have battles or we get like it's usually about business stuff, right? So it definitely adds an extra layer of intensity to the relationship. But I love it, if I'm real honest.
Well, how do you separate that? Like, for example, like, okay,
We don't, bro. Yeah. No. We actually try. So like, she's like,
it has
we're
to be
coming up with
difficult,
ideas.
right?
Yeah. So we have like a little box we try to put our iPhones in. Like, just put that away, and then she'll see me sneaking it in dinner time, like, checking a quick text. I'm just trying to respond to the team. So we're attempting to isolate and protect periods of time. So since COVID hit, it has been redlining, and it's been very difficult to like protect the quality time. But we do try to just set like, okay, Sundays, dude, I'm not touching work on Sundays. That's my day. But every other hour of the week, I'm like,
What were the biggest obstacles launching the business, and how did you overcome it?
Yeah, great question, dude. It was definitely how to get people in the door. I remember setting it up, and we had a big $4,000 postcard campaign. This is like day one. And somehow they sent it out early. So everybody got these postcards before we were open. And then by the time we were open, they were like nearly expired. So it was a total bomb. And that was like our big marketing thing. So it was right from the beginning. It was like, no, how did this happen?
Wow.
And it was like, how do we get people in the door? So then I think that was the biggest challenge. So then what I realized through the first couple months was I need to wow the people that are coming in. I need to absolutely wow them, invest in them, care about them, follow up with them, like to the level that I can help their lives, whether it's chronic fatigue or chronic pain or stress, anxiety, depression, sleep issues, whatever it is. If I can fix their problem and really care about them for real, then they turned into these, referral powerhouses. And that's what I started seeing. I was like, dang, that's kind of cool. So if I'm just who God created me to be to the max, and I just pour into that and really care about these people, even if I got all this other stuff going on, if I just do what God's made me to be, then that's going to turn people into these referral powerhouses. So that was the biggest challenge early on, just how to get people in the door. And it's cool, dude. I mentioned that we had this goal of once Becki has the baby, she's quitting her job. We want her to be able to stay at home with the kids. That was just a lifelong goal that we had. And it's like, I remember it being to like the $100 mark of what we needed each month as we grew towards just like God's confirmation, of saying, hey, you're on the right track, son. Keep doing this. This is a huge act of faith. You're on the right track. And I'm going to give you these like measurements to show you that you're doing the right thing here. Cause that was our prayer. God, would you create a way that Becki could stay home with the kids?
This is great.
We had some money that we had saved for, 5 or 6 years. And then we invested like 60% of our savings as a company into building this arm called the website so that it accomplishes my mission, vision, and goal, which is impact more people, right? And kept jobs for everybody, And there was times where we gave bonuses away because our wellness consultants, they don't get commission. They get bonuses based on how the company is doing. And we took a pretty strong hit internally for our brick and mortar stores. So we were able to, across 2 months, to give a stronger bonus to our team, even though the sales weren't there. And that's by the grace of God. So that's a huge one for me. I mean, servant leadership, we saw it in Christ, washing the feet of the disciples. Now I love trying to embody that to my own staff, my own team. Like, hey, how can I how can I serve you? And even using that word, because it's so like backwards and upside down compared to what they're used to in the world. They're like, wait. How can I support you?
Yeah.
Even though there might be on the bottom of the tadpole or whatever that saying is, just come into the company. Like, how can I help you? How can I support you? Keep me posted, checking in with them. That's a good question, dude. I mean, for me, daily being in the word is the most important thing. Like when I am not in the word and I go seasons without that in my past and my history, it's just, I just see kind of a lack of self-control creep in. I just see negatives sort of weeding their ways into my life. So staying in the word, keeping that repentant heart, huge, number one. And then number two, John Maxwell. He's one of my like favorite leadership dudes. He's just a cool guy.
Yeah.
Love Maxwell. So those are a couple of big ones. Dale Carnegie. He has some leadership stuff that I've really taken a lot from. There's a guy named Jocko Willink. I don't know if you've heard of that Navy SEAL. Get on the ground. He's the man, take ownership, take extreme ownership. He has been super influential over my life. And yeah, just digging in, dude. I mean, there's all sorts of books like The Switch and 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. I think I heard it said one time that like the average American reads a book a year and the average CEO reads like 5 books a month, or it's like something crazy like that. So I'm not that I'm the 5 book a month guy, I wish, but just absorbing as much as you can and just like growing, it's like a plant, I just love that idea, that picture of keep growing. Don't stop feeding your spirit and your soul, first from the Bible, second from those that know more than you. There's a heck of a lot of people out there that know more than I do. Learn from those guys.
Yes. Awesome, man. This is definitely awesome. I want to, because I went on the website. You have this pill called the chill pill.
Thank you. And that is an example of my beautiful wife, Becki, using all of her brilliance. I have not come up with even one name. In fact, when I come up with names, they are usually shot down pretty quickly by my beautiful wife, Becki. The chill pill, she has this whole like structure of how she comes up with names. And I think it's kind of cool to watch because she writes it out. She like figures out, okay, what's the brand? Like, who are we as a brand? She like does this whole mapping out type thing. What's our voice? What's the sound of the brand? Wow. What's the colors that correlate to being chill, or being rested or relaxed, So even the color of the bottle is like blue and white. So she puts this all together. Then she comes up with a number of names, and then she waits for one to really strike her. And so she had a few names for this one, and she's like, I don't know about this one. I was like, honey, that it hits you, when you just get it. So, and then she came back, she's like, chill pill. And she's like, after 2020, everyone needs a chill pill. I said, amen.
Yes.
So the chill pill is a blend of herbs and amino acids. It's been our top seller. Very cool stuff. It has an herb called magnolia bark, which has an active compound called henachiol, and it's at a 50% level. And magnolia bark is great for balancing cortisol, stress hormone, which every time, you're stressed, it's like cortisol levels go up. We've all heard like stress is toxic. It's good to keep those levels down, keep it balanced. The chill pill also has L-theanine in it, which is an amino acid for calming the mind from those like obsessive thoughts, just those like anxious anxiety. It has 5-HTP, 5-hydroxytryptophan, which balances the serotonin level. So it uplifts the mood. There's a lot of folks we've been able to get off of their antidepressants, anti-anxiety medications with the chill pill, because it's both calming, takes that edge off, and it uplifts the mood. And then there's a little passion flower in there and a little chamomile, which are both very calming to the nerves. So all in all, our customers love it. I just got a 5-star review today. I'm always like, yes, when I get a 5-star. And she brought up the chill pill. She's like, I ordered it and I received it hand delivered later that day, because it was in our community here. So we do that same day delivery. And then she's like, and I tried the chill pill and I feel chill. It's great.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
It's fun.
Having issues with joints and bones.
Hmm.
a natural product that
Yeah.
you have that can help, some of us that are having those aching bone problems.
Yeah. Yeah. So we all have something in the body called hyaluronic acid.
Mhm.
And as we age, as we get a little bit older, your hyaluronic acid levels go down a little bit. So that cushioning between your knees, like that cushioning in your hips,
Mm.
your shoulders, kind of that gives you that elasticity, stretch, flexibility, all that starts to go down. So I'm 36 now, and you're right. Playing, crawling, chasing my kids on my hands and knees. I'm like, ow.
Yeah.
They all jump on me like, ow. It's like different than 10 years ago.
Right.
So there's a product called
Uh-huh.
Joint Jive by Lively Vitamin Co. that has that hyaluronic acid right in there.
Mm.
So it's 10 times more powerful than like a glucosamine supplement that some people might have heard of. That hyaluronic acid is way more powerful for cushioning, elasticity, range of motion, flexibility. It also has some collagen in there, which really helps with the pain side,
Mhm.
and different herbal nutrients like bromelain, which is an enzyme that lowers the inflammation in the body. So Joint Jive is one of our top go-tos.
Wow.
Now, if somebody's in more chronic pain, say somebody's got arthritis or they got an injury, their back, their neck, their shoulders, their hips, like something's more painful, like chronic pain, then I'd recommend more of a product like Cura Relief by Lively Vitamin Co. That's a powerful anti-inflammatory, because you can take Cura Relief in 45 minutes, feel relief from it. So people take that instead of ibuprofen or Tylenol or Vicodin or morphine even. I mean, it's heavy duty. Get a lot of people off the pharmaceuticals with that. So something like Joint Jive is nice for just younger guys like you and I, that just need a little bit of um, Cura Relief is more for
Yeah.
somebody that's in chronic
Yeah.
pain.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. This is what I want you to do. Lead to greatness. Listen, lead to greatness. I want you to, because I'm about to ask for this website, this information. Man, is all natural substance. And let's talk about shipment. I mean, because man, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool, man, because Amazon, this is one thing I have to say about Amazon. They got this right years ago. And if I
Mm.
believe right, you have free shipment, right?
Yeah, no minimums, free shipping, and to your community. I didn't share this with you, dude. I want everyone in your community to receive a coupon code.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking like L2G, lead
Awesome.
to greatness.
LT.
Come on. And that would get everybody 30% off the full price of products. So then you can just use that ongoing, dude. I forgot,
Wow.
I forgot I was going to surprise you with that.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So here it is. So if someone wanted to connect with you, what you're doing, your business, where should they go?
Yeah, dude. So you can definitely follow us on Facebook, on Instagram. But dude, my email, I mean, I love what you're doing, dude, in your community. So people can just email me too. Tim
Awesome.
at findyourhealthyplace.com. Tim at findyourhealthyplace.com. Any health questions, business questions, trying to walk with the Lord in a
Wow.
crazy business. You got taxes, you got, a lot of there's just stuff going on. Tim at findyourhealthyplace.com. And our website is a great resource. We got that live chat feature in the lower right corner, so you can just ask questions. I mean, dude, I'm trying to inspire people, whether they buy from me or not. Total side note, right? I'm trying to be a resource. If somebody's got chronic pain, I want them to know what the natural world has to say about that, because there's natural solutions that work.
Yeah.
If somebody's dealing depression, cancer, heart disease, Alzheimer's, like there is unbelievable clinical trials and science that's moving forward around the earth. And in the United States, bro, it's like pharmaceutical companies kind of own the US.
Yeah.
And there's so much money there that it's not getting out. Our medical community doesn't even know about these natural, we have some of the best doctors in the world, but they're not trained in med school on natural alternatives. So they just don't know about it. So I'm trying to get the message out that people can get off the drugs, all drugs, dude. And I'm thankful for them. Sometimes they save lives. Sometimes I get it. All drugs will treat a symptom, and then in one way or another, they hurt the body.
Yes.
And when you find a natural alternative that works, it treats the symptom and it helps the body.
Yes.
It treats the symptom and it helps the body. So I'm just trying to be a resource there. So yes.
That's awesome, man. Thank you, Tim, for everything you're doing. Thank you for your company, your mission, because this is awesome. I mean, this is the craziest thing for me is when you turn on the TV and you have this commercial and they'll say, I don't want to get sued or anything, so I'm not gonna say any names, but you'll have a name pop up and you got these people laughing. There's no older people, somebody riding their bike, sun shining, whatever. And while the sun is shining while they riding their bike, you have somebody say, oh, you have side effects like diarrhea, vomiting. I'm like, oh my God.
I know. I saw one that's like your eyes bleeding and death. I'm like, whoa.
And I'm like, man, how is that? You just made me worse. You fixed this, but you just messed up this, and this.
Yes.
So, man, I'm just
and we journey with people. People get on drugs earlier in their life, pharmaceutical drugs, and then all of a sudden they're on 2 and 3 and 4. And I see these beautiful humans coming in. They're so drugged up, 13, 14 different medications. And I just want to free them. I want to help them.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Tim. Lead to Greatness, you know where to go. Go to the website, check them out. They will even talk to you, if you have any questions. I mean, no charge to you. Tim and his team, his mission, he just want to help you to have a better life and, just to have a, better body and he's looking out for your wellness. Awesome. Tim, on behalf of the Lead to Greatness community, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule and adding value to us.
Dude, I am so happy to be here. Thank you for having me. And Lead to Greatness community, life is a beautiful gift. It's worth fighting for.
Yes.
And give all the glory to God, man. It's worth laying down your life and giving it all to him in the name of Jesus.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you. And don't forget to subscribe to Lead to Greatness if this is your first time. And this podcast was helpful to you, leave a big thumbs up. And also, I want you to check out our Marriage Coach podcast, the podcast with my wife and I. If you're on iTunes, please rate this podcast and leave a review and help get the word out. Again, thank you, Lead to Greatness Nation, for joining us on today. Looking forward to seeing you again on next week. Till then, remember, if you help others reach their greatest potential, together we can change the world. Peace. We out.